G'day, my name is Aaron Day and I'm from FatForWeightLoss here in Australia. I'm really excited for you right now because I'm going to introduce you to a concept that I've been using and my clients have been using to help you lose weight on a ketogenic diet. Now, if you are someone who's tried the ketogenic diet in the past or you've been tracking net carbs and you are just stuck and you're unable to lose weight, then this plan is for you. The PDF that contains all of the macros, all of the recipes, the shopping list, and all of the amounts for the specific ingredients is in the description of this video and in the first comment of this video. So I want you to go ahead and check that out. But because I'm from Australia, I want to introduce you to a few keto-friendly products that I've been using recently that has really helped me along the way and might help you along the way too. So keep an eye out for those. And if you are someone who loves meal prepping, then I want you to check out the Easy Keto Meal Prep Cookbook. This is my latest cookbook and it's been out for just under a year now and everyone is absolutely loving it. You can get it from Amazon, Big W, QBD, Dimmix, all of the good cookbook stores here in Australia. So I don't want to waste too much more of your time. Let's get started.
So we're starting off with the granola out of my Easy Keto Meal Prep Cookbook. This is from week 6 and we're starting off with some raw almonds, some raw walnuts, you could use pecans there as well, some sunflower seeds, they go in there. We have some almond flour. We also have some desiccated coconut. You could use any type of shredded coconut, that would be totally fine. We've got some white chia seeds, you could use black chia seeds there too. And we have 1 egg so that it all holds together as we cook this in the oven. Now we have, well, a fair amount of butter because we are keto, so butter, good. And liquid stevia, this hazelnut flavored one, works really well in this granola. Any type of sweetener will work for you as well. Now, if you pulse this for about 20 to 30 times, you want to make sure that there's just no big lumps left. You'll scrape down the sides, and scraping down the sides will help make sure that there's no big lumps left as you're pulsing through. And then you just want to get a sheet pan with some parchment paper over the top and just place all of the granola out into a flat-ish type surface. You want to put that into the oven for about 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius or 355 degrees Fahrenheit. So the next recipe is my sheet pan harissa chicken, and this is by far my favorite recipe to meal prep at the moment. It's capsicum. You want to remove some of those seeds or what you might call bell peppers. And look, I'm no chopping expert, so chop them however you like. But if you do have really large bell peppers like this one, you may want to chop those chopped parts in half, if that makes sense, so you don't have monstrous pieces of capsicum in your meals. Now, you can use red onion, you could use white onion, you could use brown onion, it really doesn't matter. You want to use about half. And you just want to do a medium dice on those. Again, no chopping expert, so don't criticize me on my chopping skills. It's just all going onto the sheet pan. You want to make sure that once you've put that onion onto the sheet pan that you rough it around a little bit so it's all like mixed evenly together. Now we're going to put some garlic on top. The garlic you can use as much or as little as you like. Some people don't like garlic at all, so you can leave it off. I put about 3 cloves in there, and that is really good. Now, chicken thighs in Australia, they come without the skin and without the bone. So get whatever chicken thighs you can that are available in your country, and you want to top that with some olive oil and put that into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Season the top with salt and pepper to your desire, and let's check on the granola. So the granola has been in the oven for about 15 minutes now and it looks like one big cooked biscuit. So you want to break it up into something that looks a little bit more like granola and spread that out in the pan. Back in the oven for about 10 minutes maybe, and it will come out golden brown. You just want to start sectioning that out into some meal prep containers. Square meal prep containers or smaller ones will probably work best for this because it's not a huge serving of granola, but you just want to divide that up. Now, there is a fantastic brand of yogurt that I get from Aldi and it's called Yogiri, and it's a high protein, low carb style of just natural, plain, ordinary Greek yogurt, and it works really, really well with this recipe and it's really low in carbs. If you do want to add some almond milk to this, make sure you get the unsweetened variety and that will work really well for breakfast. Now we're going to create a harissa paste for going on top of the chicken, and it's a combination of the yogurt I showed you before and harissa paste. Now if you don't have harissa paste, you can use crushed chili. That's going to be very similar in taste. you want about 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of the yogurt, and you want about 2 tablespoons of harissa paste in there. Now, if you like it more spicy, then you could obviously add more, or if you like it less spicy, you could obviously add less. Just make sure it's uniform in color, and you just want to set that aside whilst you get the harissa chicken out of the oven. So the sheet pan chicken has come out of the oven and it's been in there for about 20 minutes. The internal temperature is 165 Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. And I've just moved it over to the side so I can put the capsicum into those meal prep containers. And then I'm going to put the chicken on top, and you'll see why I do that in a second. So I've divided the chicken thighs up evenly between 4 meal prep containers. And we're going to put that harissa Greek yogurt sauce on top of each piece of chicken. Now I've got about a block of feta, and that gets divided up into 4 sections, and I'll come back to those other blocks later, but you're just going to crumble that over the entire meal prep container. It's just going to work really well with this fresh dill. Now, usually I'm not a big fan of dill, but in this recipe, it just works so well. So fresh dill all over the meal prep containers, and it's delicious. Try it out this week. The next recipe is my lemongrass, ginger, and sesame fish. This is also out of my Sheet Pan Dinners ebook, and this is just one of my favorite ones that I love to meal prep because it's so easy. Now you just slice up some of the lemon. You're also going to remove the woody ends of the asparagus. That's a trick Jamie Oliver taught me. And so you just remove the woody end there. Now you can slice up the lemongrass like that, or you can slice the whole stalk into 4 sections and then bash it with the back of your knife. Now I've got some pieces of aluminium foil, yes, aluminium, and we're putting some asparagus down on the bottom there. Now you can use any type of fish here. I'm using a mix between bassa and hoki, and you could use salmon if you really wanted to. If you don't like fish, you could also use chicken. You're placing the lemon on top and then some of the lemongrass in there. You want about a tablespoon of butter that goes into this parcel as well, along with some toasted sesame seed oil. If you've just got regular sesame seed oil, that will be fine too. And then along with some sesame seeds that go in there, just for some added texture and flavor. Now you want to either put some fresh ginger in there or some ginger like I've got, and wrap that parcel up. So it's going to go in the oven as a steamed piece of fish inside this piece of aluminium foil, and you want to do that 4 times with the remaining fish and all of the remaining ingredients. Now that goes on a sheet pan that goes into the oven for about 20 minutes, and the fish is absolutely divine. When you open those parcels, you'll be able to smell all of that fresh aromatic flavor, and it's just fantastic. Now, the best thing about this recipe is that all you have to do is pick those parcels up and put it straight into a meal prep container. It's pretty easy and it's relatively mess-free, so you can switch this recipe for lunch or dinner during the week along with the harissa chicken and the granola. This is 3 meals a day for all the way up until Thursday, and you can do another half prep on Thursday night so that you have enough for the week. Now, electrolytes are really important, but also water. You can use a soda stream to make it a bit more interesting, some black tea, some black coffee, and you could also pair this with some kombucha. Now, I got this from Woolies. You could get it from Coles and Aldi as well. They taste amazing and they're 0 carbs.
Thank you so much for watching this meal prep video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. Again, all of the macros and the recipes and the ingredients and the shopping list is in the PDF in the description of this video and also in the first comment. So if you haven't already got that, definitely go ahead and check that out. And if you are someone who loves meal prepping, then the Easy Keto Meal Prep Cookbook is for you. You can get it at all good cookbook stores here in Australia. And if you are from Australia, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. I hope those specific ingredient suggestions has helped. And if you want to see more of that, let me know in the comments below. So good luck, and I will see you in the next meal prep video.